Someone said the other day, sure boy, you are really enjoying. Sure boy, you are really enjoying yourself. The other person made mention in the video and said that sure boy, this guy is having his best time in the UK. He's enjoying himself. And why I laugh is that you see, you can be in the UK and not be okay. you you can be in the UK and you are not okay. And you see so many people that come abroad, they come to the UK, and 3 years later, 5 years later, they have not settled. And every day they keep on crying. And this is because they have not already understand how they can balance their life, and they will be able to be happy. Happiness is one ingredient that life needs. Happiness is something that you wake up in the morning and you feel fulfilled. I can remember when I was trying to balance in the United Kingdom, pimples, breakout was my second name. Because there were some people that were even saying, this guy, you look so rough. They do not understand they do not understand what it means to leave a country where you have been living for 35 years, 34 years, and then relocate to another country and then start afresh. They have no idea. Even those that are citizens, those that own the country, they have not been able to adjust to the country. Some are doing work as doctor and everything. They are still complaining every day about the system. And this is because happiness and fulfillment is relative. But frugality is paramount. I am not trying to speak English. I'm just trying. Frugality is paramount. You see, when you get abroad, when you come to the UK, the UK is one of the most expensive places to live in the world because of the tax bracket. You get tax up to 28% for those that earn low. Now, for those that earn higher, like 40,000 a year, these people get charged tax up to 40%. So tax is there that is eating everything. The tax you are paying, you are also using it to better the country, because the basic amenities you are enjoying in the country is being made possible by the tax. So paying of tax is very important. Now that you are own small money that now come to you, what do you do with it? You see, when I came to the UK, before I came to the UK, I had made so many money mistakes that is still haunting me as we speak right now. I started a farm and I was using my own money to run the farm. All of a sudden, I decided to, during the that is a model that we work, I decided to open up my farm for people to, give me money, and then we'll farm and we give them money. Lots of money mistake. That puts me into debt that I'm still struggling even to pay. As I'm talking to you now, I have to leave Nigeria because my life was at risk. I was, I became something else. I became something else whereby almost all the police station and the court were dragging me. Life was so hard for me out of that time. It was what the English here will say, no good, no good, no good. It was a no good experience for me. Now, when I left Nigeria and I arrived in the UK, it was the same story. It was almost the same story for me. It was struggle upon struggle. It was struggle in order to find my feet. And then I now resorted to now starting to borrow again. And this time I was borrowing from people that are around here, my friends that I met here. Guy, you fit give me £50. Guy, you fit give me £30. Guy, you fit borrow me £10. It was a no good situation. I don't pray for you to be in a situation whereby you have to become a national debtor. Then November last year, 2024, I was in a town, a small town called Kent, down the London axis. I went for something there in Kent, and I was stranded. I called my friend again to bail me out with £50 so that I can find my way using a train. And my friend did not have that money to give me. I made a call to few people. Some did not even pick my call. November last year. And that was when I shed tears. This was me, sure boy, that was in Nigeria employing so many people, that had one of the biggest farm in Lafia, that's our state, that have one of the biggest realization center in Lafia, Nasarawa State. This is me. I became a laughing stock. I cried. It was chilly and it was cold. I was shaking. And I said, never again. Never again will I be subjected to this kind of humiliation. Never again will I depend on anyone. Enough! I have had it. At that moment, I knew no one is coming to save me. That I have to save myself. I realized that becoming uncomfortable was the only thing that is my new reality. And I changed my life. I started taking seriously the words of Dave Ramsey about debt and how I need to remove myself from debt and make sure I never go back. I started seeing that it is a slave master mentality when you borrow money. If you borrow money from someone, it is no longer that the person is your friend. The person is now your master. Proverbs chapter 22 talks about borrowing, that the borrower is a slave to the lender, and the rich will always rule over the poor. I said, never again will I be subjected to this humiliation. We are in August now, 2025. And I can tell you one thing. Dave Ramsey changed my life. Frugality changed my life. Today, I am not where I'm supposed to be. I don't have all the money in the world. But at least I have dignity. I will never call you to ask you for money. I will never call you to ask you for money. I went on my Facebook page and I made a comment. I said, starting from today, I, Simeon Odi, will never call you to ask you for money. And since that day till now, even though there was a situation whereby I have to receive £100 from someone earlier when the journey started, I have been living a very happy and fulfilled life. Not because I have all the money, but because I was able to realize that even with a minimum wage, that you can be able to build wealth with your minimum wage. In spending, I make sure that I leave designer for designers. I make sure I leave designer for designers. People will tell you, you are I wear clean clothes. You know, I bought some of the clothes in charity stores. By buying them in charity store, I'm not only buying clothes for myself, I am also helping the society. For instance, the British Heart Foundation. When I buy from the British Heart Foundation, I am helping the government of the United Kingdom from that NGO to be able to do a heart transplant for someone that have a bad heart. So the more I go there to buy cheap, clean and affordable clothes, the more I'm able to help my community so that I can save life. There's another one that does research on cancer. Cancer has been a menace that is killing people in our society. As a patriotic and as a proud and confident resident of the United Kingdom, I am a proud donor. I go there and I buy clothes. The money they realize in selling those clothes is being given out in cancer research and many more. Most of these charity stores, they receive this product in good quality. It's not that people go and give them clothes wey don die. No, people dash them the clothes and they sell this clothes as giveaway prices so that you will be able to, they will use the money in order to further the cause of that research. One na talk and do. As they collect the money, they use and they do all those things wey they talk say they wan use and do. I also learn how to eat British food. By British food, I mean the normal food in my locality. I learn how to eat it. You see, African food is very good though. But for people that are in the UK, they will tell you that when you go to Lidl or Aldi to go and buy food, it is different from buying food from an African store. The prices are not the same. So I make sure that the food that are around me that are cheap, I'm able to eat them. If you go to Aldi with 25 pounds or 30 pounds, you will even think that you have robbed them. Then transportation. I decided in my early time, after that incident in November, I decided to start walking as part of my exercises. Instead of using huge money, in order for me to now start going to the gym, I use the money to invest on getting time so that I will be walking 10,000 steps. Look at me now, make I stand up. How will I put the camera? The boy is like he's sure boy Omoasa. The boy is like perfume. The boy is like perfume of the world. See the skin now. Bring the camera closer. Video the skin. I started walking. Distances that was 25 minutes, 30 minutes, I walk it and count my step. It reduced my transportation drastically to the barest minimum. And that helped me. Accommodation. I do not start looking at what people will say. I took my time and look for accommodation that is all bills inclusive. I do not want to pay council tax. I want my landlord to pay it for me. So I look for accommodation that we call in the UK HMO. This accommodation are shared accommodation, whereby there is like 3 rooms in a house, and then inside that 3 rooms you will have like 2 toilets. Maybe one of the room will have a toilet and there will be another one. The one that have a toilet is called ensuite. So now you people will share toilet, and you people will share kitchen, and the parlor, the common room, and the garden if you have. What is your obligation? Your obligation is to pay as little as 400 to 600 pounds, depending on the location where the building is. And then what is the landlord's obligation? The landlord's obligation is to take care of all the bills that you are supposed to be paying. Here in the United Kingdom, if you are watching television like live TV, like BBC, CNN, and all that, you are supposed to pay money. They call it TV license. You cannot just wake up. It's just like DSTV, you know. So you have to license. But now, if you are staying in an HMO house, a shared accommodation, your landlord is going to pay for that. In the United Kingdom, you are also supposed to pay for council tax, where the council, because the council are the one cleaning up the area where you live, the council will also come to your house in order to pick up the dirty that you have, the waste management. They will come and pick the recycle bin, the general waste, and what have you. They will come and pick it from you. So you are supposed to be paying a council tax. Inside that money that you are going to pay your landlord is the one that is going to be paying that council tax. Now you are also supposed to be paying for your gas, your heating, because the country is cold. Electricity. The electricity is something that your landlord will also pay for you. So you are not worried about any other bill. Just work and pay the landlord. So I look at a shared accommodation, and I believe that that was my best reality. And I went for shared accommodation. And that shared accommodation was able to reduce the cost of my living. It was able to drop my cost, because I have this rule. And the rule says that your 1 month rent is supposed to be your 1 week wages. Okay? So you can dispute the rules, but this is what is working for me. My 1 month rent, I put it as my 1 week wage. So if I am earning 500 a month after tax, so if I'm earning 500 a month, my house should be within 500. If I start earning 1,000 a week, sorry, I said a month, a week, that means in a month I'm earning 4,000. I can afford to stay in a house of 1,000. Now, I know that my people will still come and say, what about married people? You are talking about there because you are there single. If you and your wife combined income a week is not up to it, or is less than what you are paying a month in a house, you are paying too much. You should consider looking for a way in order to bring it down. Again, we do not talk everything on a video, but you know how to bring your rent down if you are in the UK. Except you want to continue with village pride, then go and do village pride. I will not tell you what to do, because you already know what to do. So my rent is down. Now look at where the sweetest part of it is. Investment. I remove 15% of what I am earning, even before I pay my landlord, even before I pay any other person. 15% of what I earn went to the stock exchange, the Nigeria Stock Exchange. I started buying shares in the Nigeria Stock Exchange. When I started, the money I was using, sometimes I would buy shares of like 15 pounds. That was what I could buy. 15 pounds is like 30,000 naira. and I will send this money back home, convert it and buy shares with it. With time, after about 9 months right now, I feel so good about myself that the little contribution I was making helped me to build a money habit that I cannot even get anywhere in the world. If you follow me on Facebook, mostly on Facebook, I talk about how you can invest in the Nigeria Stock Exchange. My name is Simeon Odi. Go to Facebook and you will see me. Follow me on Facebook and you will see step by step way in order for you to invest in the Nigeria Stock Exchange. Even though occasionally I talk about it here on YouTube. Now, apart from investing in the Nigeria Stock Exchange, look at where everything changed. 10% of whatever I earn from my paycheck went to another fund called emergency fund. So, I was living my life on 75%. 25% of my life, 10% went on a fund whereby if there is a need for me to borrow money, if there is a need for something to come up, I have a little money, £100, £200, £50, £10, whatever that is there, that I'm going to go and borrow from and do whatever that is on my neck. And then when pay slip come, before I do any other thing, I will replace that money there and then still give the 10% back there to continue to grow that portfolio. That portfolio is not for investment. That portfolio is just an emergency fund that is going to save me so that I do not need to call you for you to borrow me money. Remember the rules. The rules says, take care of yourself for me, so that me, I can be able to take care of myself for you. That changed everything. I looked at everything and I decided that, see, if I do not change the way I live, if I do not apply frugality, no one is coming to save me. What do they call me where you reside? Here in the UK, they call me Sure Boy. And if you find value in this video, you know what to do. Comment Sure Boy, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.